Hello, welcome to Stampin' by Hannah. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am sorry I have been somewhat absent for the last few weeks. Life's been a bit mad. We've had the school holidays and everything's just been a bit crazy. Hopefully, with the schools going back next week, things are getting back to being on track. I've been on holiday as well. That's kind of upskittle things. And yeah, so there's just lots. But next week, on Tuesday, sees the launch of the brand new mini catalogue from Stampin' Up with the September to December catalogue. I can't show you inside at this particular point, but you'll be able to see it on Tuesday. It's fabulous. There is so much good stuff in here. This wreath in particular is just beautiful. And yeah, I have a stamp set today from the catalogue, which is the gift of giving. This is one of those stamp sets where you open the catalogue and you go, oh, yeah, that's nice. And then I looked at it a bit more and just thought, you know what, this is coming home with me, because the ability to colour this is just, yeah, loving it, really loving it. I have made a card with it already. I made this one last week. We're trying to get back into the creative juices and everything. And so I did a bit of colouring with some Stampin' Blends, and I played with some new masks. This is, yeah, it's a bit of embossing paste actually. I've not used embossing paste for ages, and so long that actually it's a brand new tub of embossing paste that I'd not even opened. But yeah, so I'm not gonna make this card today, but I thought I would show you another idea. Yeah, that's going on my Instagram I think today as well. But yes, so I thought I would stamp out the Have a Cup of Cheer and do a bit of fussy cutting, keeping it fairly simple today. Like I said, getting my crafty mojo back. I have not crafted much at all in August, and it's one of those things of kind of then ending up kind of out of creative practice. Does this happen to you? This might just be a weird me thing, where if you've not made anything for a while, suddenly my brain just sort of goes, no, you can't make anything now. No. And I suddenly lose the ability to craft. And I need to practice, basically. That's it. So getting back into crafting properly and getting some Christmas craft going, because we're in September now. We are in September. It is time to start thinking about Christmas cards and all of that fun stuff. So yeah, going to keep it simple today. I am, however, going to fussy cut this. I thought about it and I don't know, it needs a fussy cut. I am using my Stampin' Snips. These are from Stampin' Up. They are, in my opinion, the best scissors for fussy cutting, because they are super sharp all the way to the tip at the end. I have got two pairs, and my original pair, this particular pair that I've got in my hand at the moment, are my latest pair. But my original pair I have had for my entire, I think I got them, actually I know I got them in my starter kit. That was 8 years ago, and I've just replaced them because they have started to dull a little bit. I know that I could get them sharpened, but yeah, just by me there. But yeah, they've lasted 8 years of pretty heavy crafting, to be quite honest. And I use them, yeah, at least several times a week, if not daily. So yeah, we are fussy cutting. I am not the best fussy cutter in the world. I do not profess to be. But I like the look of it fussy cut. I mean, if you've got a die for it, then even better. But sometimes, and this stamp set is an example of that, where it's a beautiful stamp set, but there are no dies that match. And so being able to fussy cut it is just a really useful skill. But it is a skill, and it is something that kind of it's a practice thing. And I think some people, particularly if you're a new crafter, it can be quite intimidating. And there are loads of ways of getting good at it, but practice is ultimately it. I do have a couple of tips. Pick a simple shape to start with. Just practice on, maybe not go for something like this initially. Also, and one I really like is practicing on designer series paper. So if you've got a fabulous piece of paper and you want, for example, the Les Shops paper, which has got all those fabulous shops on, they're nice easy shapes because they're just rectangles because they're shop fronts, and they're on paper, so they will cut out really nicely, really simply, because the paper's a little bit more forgiving than cardstock. So practice on that first and then build yourself up, and eventually you'll be fussy cutting, probably better than me. Now this stamp set, like I said at the beginning, is great for colouring with your stamping blends. Brilliant for that. I'm actually going to leave this completely black and white today. I've got one colour. We're going to kind of go a bit monotone, a bit monochrome. And I have Pretty Peacock and this piece of designer series paper, which is from, good, wouldn't it, if I had the pack name, but I don't have it. There we go, in my brain. This is the Glorious Gingham. So this is in the annual catalogue. And it's just 5 colours of paper. And I think we've just got two designs. So you've got like a little gingham and a larger one in pumpkin, pecan pie, berry burst, Pretty Peacock, which is the colour I've got today, lemon lime twist and blueberry bushel. And it's just, one of those packs that's just really handy, really versatile. And actually, I think you could use any of those colours for a Christmas card and it would be fine. We don't need to think about Christmas being red and green, do we? We can change it up a bit. So I've got my piece of A4 and I'm gonna cut it at 10.5 centimetres on the short side. I don't show this bit on video very often. And then I'm gonna turn it around so we've got the long side at the edge, and I'm going to score it. Now, piece of A4 is a bit awkward. If you score at 14.8, it's one piece is slightly longer than the other. I just eyeball a half and I score it there, and that is good enough for me. You could trim a little bit off to make it even, but I tend to score at 14.85-ish. But that's just me. The little bit of waste really hurt my head when I used to do it. So I now just don't bother. If you are worried that it then won't look even before you lay it, it will, because it's such a tiny margin. So I'm going to cut my paper at 10 by 14.3, and that leaves 0.5 centimetre to go all the way around the edge. It's 0.5 centimetre shorter and narrower, so you end up with a lovely thin border around the outside. So I'm going to grab my Stampin' Seal and just stamp and seal. Yeah. Oh gosh, that's how out of practice I am. I thought I was like, did I say the right kind of adhesive? Because snail, which is the adhesive that we have when I first joined, is still in my brain. So that is then our card base, and isn't that so cute? So cute. And then we've got our little cup of cheer. I just think that's really lovely. I am going to make a little bit of a different. I really like that. It's very simple. You could leave it like that. You absolutely could. I'm just wondering whether maybe, like I did on this card, I've got like a layer of vellum. And maybe a nice layer of vellum in a circle behind. And then maybe some loops, I think. So I need some vellum. Which, I do have fairly close by. I'm going to just chop that off there and grab my mini hot mid-box machine. This is one of the stylish shaped dies. These live out on my desk. They never actually go away because I use them all of the time. Very rarely do I make a card where I haven't got a stylish shape on, because I just love them. They're that perfect background piece, that perfect like little just hint of something, because they've got a stitched edge as well, which is lovely. I just really like them. Would be really upset if they retired. We used to have stitched circles and rectangles and things, And Stampin' Up have done away with all of those, but they have left us with stylish shapes. So, and you see they've got a lovely little border on that's just beautiful. Just that hint of something beautiful on the edge. I'm going to put that on the floor, ready for me to trip over at a later date. So, and I'm sorry as well if you can hear background noise. I think somebody is mowing the lawn or strimming or doing something loud outside the back of my house. It's not mine. It's not in my garden, unfortunately, which is a shame because my garden is desperate. But hey, never mind. So this is linen thread. I just adore a bit of linen thread. It just adds that lovely extra something. I am going to, it does come very tangled now, like, because it's on that little spool. Now, to straighten it out, take your bone folder and your thumb and just pinch the linen thread between your bone folder with your thumb, and then pull, and it will just take out all of that kind of really tight loops. And then we're going to roll it around 3 fingers to make some loops. I've probably got too much. Is there such a thing as too much? Not sure. Let's tease it out a little bit. And I'm going to pop it on there. So I am going to use, actually, we're brave here. I'm going to use a bit of Stampin' Seal Plus. I don't use this very often because it just, yeah, it's one of those things like fussy cutting that needs practice that I have never managed to quite practice hard enough. Where's the other end? I've got one end. Where's the other end? I want to make sure that, there it is, there's the other end. Get that stuck in the adhesive as well. Don't want to be able to see any of the ends this time. Then I'm going to pop that on there, just lay it off slightly like that. So you've got thread that's behind the vellum, which I think is a really cool look actually. So I'm going to use Seal Plus again, just to pop that on there. Like that. And then I want a couple of dimensionals. If you've been around for a little while, you will know I had hundreds, like probably, I say hundreds, I think I had about 15 sheets of dimensionals that I just had the borders of left. That's all I've got left because I've been working through it. Oh, no, sorry. I've got that with that little piece on and that one, and that's it. The rest of it, I've used it all. Because you can use a piece of dimensional sheet all the way to the edge. You can use the whole thing. And I wasn't. I was being really naughty. So I'm going to have a cup of chia. And then I think, just to finish it, some iridescent gems. Because a card always needs a little bit of a sparkle moment, doesn't it? So I'm going to pop a trio of those on like that. And that is my quick and simple card for this week. Thank you ever so much for joining me. I have started vlogging today and will be vlogging over the weekend because I've got quite a bit of creative time this weekend. So yeah, hopefully you will see some more card making from me very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.